let's go get some coffee and then we'll discuss what we're about to do for the day. This'll do. Now, what today is all about is going to be, I'm going to try to find some local Confederate memorials before the local knee-jerk reaction politicians decide to dismantle them, and try to get some photos of them. So basically I can show my kids and their kids and such what these monuments look like before they are dismantled and destroyed or done away with, or whatever they're going to do with them. So let's do this. We'll see y'all soon. Alright, I found my first one. It's this memorial erected by the Sons of Confederate Veterans. Yeah, let's see here. And I don't expect it to last much longer before somebody will have something to do with removing it. So we're going to get a photo of it while it's still here. Well, it seems like I can't find any Confederate monuments to photograph except for the one in Trenton. So I'm up here at Sunset Rock. I actually got space at the parking area, so we're going to go down here and look off the mountain. Pretty interesting walk down here. I'm almost there. I can see the bluff from here. The view here is incredible. It's just beautiful. Hey, here's something of interest. What you're looking at is a U.S. Geological Survey benchmark. This is where they set the transit up when they measured all of this. As far as the eye can see, they were able to measure to the tops of other mountains, over to other prominent features, and gather that information. It's impressive how weak my leg got. It never ceases to amaze me. Seems to be recovering fairly well. We've got a good little journey here. It's getting pretty steep. I used to could do things like this better. I've been on the search for, let's crank this bad boy up. Yes. Always unplug your cheap purchased appliances. They are like the #1 reason for house fires in this country. Always unplug your appliances. I've been searching for basically the perfect vlogging camera, and here's the problem, is there isn't one. It seems that all the camera companies aren't listening to the vloggers, because what you would have would be something to the equivalent of basically the footprint of like a Sony A5000 or that RX 100 Mark V or something in that neighborhood, that'll take detachable lenses, mount an external mic to it. Everybody wants to put a better microphone on them because the microphones that come in the camera stink. So, well, that's the big crux of the matter. If you want good audio, which I do, then you have to sacrifice weight and the camera gets heavier. Let's make some job. Let's get over here in the light so that the sun can illuminate me. You can't put an external mic on those little tiny cameras. And the reason that's a problem is because the little tiny cameras have a screen that flips all the way around. So what that kind of does is it bakes you in on one model of one camera so far that I've seen. Maybe one of the Lumix cameras, the Panasonic cameras that do this, but it seems that the Canon 80D, I think, is the only one. The screen flips all the way around and faces you. We'll take detachable lenses and we'll take an external microphone. So what's the guy to do? He's supposed to use this heavy vlogging rig like I've got right here, carry it around all day, and his arm on one side of his body, if he doesn't shift arms, is going to be, you know, the size of King Kong, and the other one's going to be puny. So what do? Remember what I said about the plug? Don't forget to unplug it when you're done too. So what that leaves you with is nothing but compromises. You can have the small form factor camera with crummy audio, or you can have a larger form factor camera and good audio. Those seem to be the choices. If you're going to do good at storytelling, you need good audio quality, so you have to sacrifice the form factor and get the bigger camera. It's where you can have one or the other, but you can't have both. You know, I would so love for this A7 II to have the side folding screen. That would make this, in my opinion, the perfect camera. That and better battery life, so I didn't have to run the external battery grip. But yeah, it's a fairly big camera, but it works. It works pretty good. And what we need to do is decide what things matter the most to us about a vlogging camera. What I would place value on as far as a good vlogging camera would be more quality on video, quality on audio, and since I'm a fairly big guy, weight's not really an issue. I don't mind carrying the A7 II. It works really well. But the choice of lenses is. So it looks like I would probably be more inclined to something like a DSLR, like the 80D. See, a small form factor camera doesn't really bring that much to the table for me. It's compact size. If I was going to carry multiple cameras, I could see the value. If you'd carried a spare camera, RX100 Mark V would be an awesome backup. Probably the Mark IV would even be great. You know, the feature sets built into those little cameras are pretty strong. I would definitely want image stabilization somewhere along the way though. Isn't it interesting how the ground is carpeted with this brown color from where the squirrels have been eating the pine cones? I mean, by the hundreds. These little pine cone nibs are everywhere. Also, got me some more reading glasses, because if you'll watch this, found the reading glasses. Sure enough, they were in the driveway. Now they're flat. You can see why I had to get some more. Yeah, there we go. All of that to say, what's the best vlogging camera? Honestly, it's the one you have. You don't have to have an expensive new camera to get good images. Everybody is making their D850 Nikon videos right now. All it's telling me is everybody has got gear acquisition syndrome. They've got gas. I think Tony Northrup put it. I like new cameras as much as the next guy. Don't get me wrong. I like my D810. I like it a lot. I like this Sony as well. The newest camera doesn't make it better. Get you something that you can use. If you won't carry a heavy form factor camera, then get you a lighter one. Shoot, the new iPhone 7 Plus, well, last year's iPhone 7 Plus, the front facing camera shoots 1080p, but the whole thing about buying a fancy camera, to make it a better video, not necessarily important. It really isn't. The story is more important, and that's the part that is the magic. If you can figure out how to tell a story, the camera becomes just another piece of the equipment, such as this cane or this coffee mug. It's nothing more than a tool to complete the process. Y'all have a good one. One more thing. If you like my videos, subscribe for them. And I'm going to keep doing them. So, y'all have a good one. We'll see you later.